I'm Jeff Branson. I'm a field engineer and the educational outreach coordinator here at SparkFun. And
I'm Derek Runberg. I oversee partnerships and education sales here at SparkFun as well.
what do you think is the core of what we deliver in the classroom?
I think giving context to electronics and programming is one of the core things that makes SparkFun different in terms of our professional development. It's not just things, little tiny wires and circuits on a breadboard, but it is like, what can I build with this stuff? It is the hammer and go find a nail.
So our primary goals and outcomes as we prepare for these trainings are to identify specific learning objectives, tying those learning objectives to standards within a broader context, because standards are so amorphous across the country, but taking those specific learning objectives, transferring them into hands-on activities, making sure that we honor constructivism, constructionism, and the maker mindset. Do you think that's accurate?
Yeah, and I think on top of that is melding it and trying to dovetail it enough with what they're already doing in the classroom,
Yeah.
And taking that into account so that it's not tearing everything down and rebuilding and starting from scratch, but it is very much more about how can we add value to what you're already doing in the classroom. This is not a completely different way of teaching. This is just how you can tweak things here and there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think taking what we know and saying this is what you're doing and let's look at how we think about things in context of what you're already doing is it's a great strength for us.
I think one of the things that make our professional development unique is that we truly emulate how we envision the teachers being in their classroom and the teachers that are in that workshop being the students. So it is, they get the experience from both sides, whereas a number of professional developments that are out there, you tend to see it delivering, here's what you're going to do to this students, or here's what you're going to do, right, versus here's what it's going to look like.
I think there's also this ability that we've developed in delivering this content so consistently of being able to work with teachers in almost this, it's almost an improv of like people will bring up a question and we're able to run with that within the confines of the material that we're delivering. So we're really flexible in the classroom about getting teachers working with stuff from their specific viewpoint.
Yeah.
So what words of wisdom would we impart to somebody embarking on and adopting electronics and computer science in the classroom? And for me, I think it would be less us, more them. And we tend to have some catchphrases here.
Yeah.
That I don't know if that does it or not.
I think it is. It's what you said, but I also think it's getting out of the way and letting your students kind of make sense of it on their own. There is also get your hands dirty.
Yeah.
As a teacher, you need to be able to play with it. This is not something you can just hand a student and walk away and be like, well, they're doing this thing. Like, the more that you know of the struggles that they go through and understand how this stuff goes together, the better off you'll be. And I would say the last word of wisdom would be, if you're thinking about it, call us. And I think that's something that makes us approachable, is a resource for teachers, right? Is that, I don't know, hey, call and say, hey, Derek, can we talk about doing this in the classroom? And more than happy to talk on the phone or email about it.
Our philosophy is always let's find out.
Yeah.